There are some huge names that could be available on a free transfer in the summer, if they don't sign new deals before then, of course. So we've picked out a few that have caught our eye, all right? I think we've picked 4 of them we have, OK? So you can see Sergio Aguero, Lionel Messi, Mesut Ozil and Sergio Ramos. There's actually loads of players, top players that could be out at the end of the season. But these are the 4 that we have picked. And let's just go through them. I think you chose Sergio Aguero, Ade, to talk about, and just how vital he could be. We know what you said on Good Morning Transfers.
Yes.
Difficult one to disagree with, but possibly available.
Yeah, look, we were talking about this on Good Morning Transfers, and I think alongside Henry and Shearer, and I have to mention those now because I see Henry got a lot of votes when we tweeted it out. I think he's the greatest striker in the Premier League. I really do. 256 goals in 379 games for Manchester City is just astounding. Yes, he's had his injuries, and we know that in the last couple of years, but he still scored, believe it or not, in the last 2.5 seasons. I say half now because we are kind of halfway through this one. 57 goals in 97 games. That's better than 1 in 2. And this is a guy that we are saying is injured. Overall, in his whole career, you look at some of the other career stats here, 669 appearances and 380 goals. That's Sergio Aguero. Yes, again, we know there are injury problems, but he's 32. And even if you can get, I think, a 70% fit Aguero on the pitch, he'll score you goals. And that's what he did last season. That was a 70% Aguero fit. He still got 23 goals in all competitions last season for Man City. So for me, he is a steal for anyone if Man City don't sign him up to a new contract in the summer.
Yeah, I think you and I could talk up Sergio Aguero all day. I think, JD, you've got the next one, and this is probably the easiest one to talk up of the potential free transfers.
I really don't feel like I have to say much. All I'm just going to say is Leo Messi, available on a free transfer in 6 months. The facts speak for themselves, ladies and gentlemen. Look, 502 games. 455 goals. Yes, I said it. 455 goals. Major honours, 35. I don't need to say anything because anybody that watches football, even if you don't watch football, will know that if Messi is available on a free transfer and can bring anything to your team, you're talking about one of the greatest players of a generation.
Probably talking about £1 million a week as well in wages.
I didn't talk over Sergio Aguero.
You didn't.
I didn't talk over Sergio Aguero. Fair enough. Yeah, and considering they're best friends, you should maybe show me the same kind of respect. Yeah, what I would say to you is, it doesn't matter how much you have to pay Lionel Messi because you're still getting Leo Messi. That's it fundamentally.
I mean, the stats for Aguero were amazing, but the Messi ones, just it blows your mind, those stats. But the other 2 people that we picked out was Mesut Ozil and Sergio Ramos. You were Ozil again, JD, yep. Aren't you?
And this one was a little bit more of a harder sort of, let's say, persuasion, because you think about Mesut Ozil recently and you will sort of neglect sort of some of the things that he's done throughout his career, but the stats don't jump out to you. 65 goals, 390 games. You're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, that's not bad for a player who's turning 31, and you're talking about the sort of speculation that's been around him the last, let's say, 6 months in particular. But I just want to hark back to some of the quotations that's been held in on him from some of the people that's worked with him. Jose Mourinho has held him one of the greatest number 10s of his generation. You also think about the 19 assists that he had in 2016 with an Arsenal team at that moment in time that was probably struggling, but Mesut Ozil was the core that linked everything together. This player at 31 years old can do a great job for a lot of top teams around the world.
Yeah, he turned 32, but he's still the youngest of those, and someone who loads of people are tweeting us to say they'd like their club to go in for this player in the summer is Sergio Ramos.
Look, you know what? And this might be a bit of a hyperbolic statement, so bear with me. But I do believe when it's all said and done and he hangs up the boots, and we don't know when that is because he's still in great shape, I think he could go down as one of, if not the best defender we've ever seen. 178 caps for Spain. 178 caps for Spain and still going. Obviously won the World Cup with them, won the Euros as well. 667 appearances for Real Madrid. 100 goals. I'll say that again, 667 appearances. He's a defender, he's not a central midfielder. 100 goals, career goals for Real Madrid, which is just ridiculous.
74 there in the league.
Yeah, 74 in La Liga, yeah. Has won absolutely everything. There's too many things to list what he's won, but 25 honours. I mean, look, we can go on and on about Sergio Ramos. Yes, he's 35 in March, but he doesn't look it. He's still in fantastic shape. And I think we've seen with some of these so-called elder statesmen coming to the Premier League. Thiago Silva's doing fantastic for Chelsea, around the same age. We saw Zlatan when he came for Man United. They know how to keep in shape. And I think, again, it's probably a wages and salary thing, but I think if you can get Sergio Ramos for free, you've got a bargain, because I think there's still at least 3 or 4 seasons left in him.
What a summer, though. Look at those legends. And honestly, that's 4 legendary players that's available.
There are more that we could have put in there as well, but get involved at home, skysports.com/play, because we're saying who would be the best free transfer to sign this summer out of the 4 that you've just said. You just heard a few arguments for each of them. By the way, for defenders with Sergio Ramos, we wouldn't normally put goals for a centre-back on their stats, but when you've got 74 from centre-back, and they weren't all penalties before you start, I think it's well worth putting on there. But it's certainly the honours that really stands out to me there, with Ramos with 25 and Messi there with 35 as well. Aguero at Manchester City with 16. They really stand out with those honours. But at home, what's people saying? Well, it doesn't surprise me about Messi. It does surprise me, actually, that Aguero isn't second then. In fact, at the moment, Aguero's 4th out of 4.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I think people maybe are looking to the injuries this season more than anything.
He's had a boost. He's had a boost.
He's had a boost, right? He's had a boost.
Is that your friends coming in now?
All my friends are coming in. But look, I understand, because he has been out a lot this season. He hasn't got the same goal tally we're used to from Aguero. But again, if you can get him fit, 32 years of age, he'll score you goals. We know that. Again, I think, and I said this earlier on Good Morning Transfers, he's the best finisher we've ever seen in the Premier League. Fact.
Say fact.
I'm not sure it is a fact, but you have had a strong argument to that. It caused quite an accidental debate, actually, in Good Morning Transfers there. But Lionel Messi, I don't think that comes as a big surprise that 51% of you saying that he would be the best of those 4. But Sergio Ramos is second, and then it's Aguero just edges out Mesut Ozil